Hi, this is Jenni Kysella, Family Education Coordinator here at California School for the Deaf Riverside. I am thrilled to welcome all of you to our new school year, 2020-2021. I know we are all struggling since March, but I believe that what we've experienced has helped us prepare us for a new school year moving forward. Definitely virtually. I would like to remind all of you that we are all in this together. You are not alone. Again, welcome. Before we begin our webinar, in just a few minutes, I do need to set a few ground rules and some expectations for our webinars moving forward for this year. What our norms would look like on a monthly basis. So the first Friday will be a webinar. The third Friday will be a question and answer period, a discussion that will be able to follow up from questions from the webinar. Now, how you find that webinar, it will be pre-recorded and it will be posted on the CSDR YouTube page. If you go to our channel and click on our playlist, you'll find Family Education. All of our webinars will be posted in that location. We do believe that families need access to our webinars at any time due to any work scheduling constraints and their responsibilities with children and classes. There are a lot of different factors that are coming into play this year for your schedule. So I do believe in pre-recording messages would be the best option for us right now. Moving forward, we will have live webinars fairly soon. That third Friday will be a Zoom live discussion for question and answers. However, you do need to RSVP. Please let me know. That way I can send you the link and the password ID. That way you can join us for any follow-up questions and we can provide answers and discussion topics with all of you based on the webinar that you viewed the first Friday of the month to have a better understanding of what's going on. Joining that particular Zoom link, I will be hosting that meeting and I will be able to pin and spotlight whoever is speaking at that moment if you have a question or a discussion topic. That way everyone knows who is speaking, so it'll be one at a time. Please make sure that you have your computer on mute or your phone on mute. That way the interpreters can speak over you. When it's your turn to raise your hand and speak, make sure you unmute yourself so that way the interpreters can hear you and translate effectively. I hope these tips will help you provide a smooth and faster Zoom transition for a follow-up with our monthly webinar sessions. In this webinar, this is going to be the kickoff to be able to connect with all of you parents. Our CSDR students, I know it's been tough. It's been a tough time. It has not been easy. It can be overwhelming and stressful. I can definitely relate to that. Remember, you are not alone. This webinar is going to focus on supporting parents. This is a reminder for all of you and for myself on how to navigate this virtual school time together. First and foremost, set up a routine in your household. That's really important. It creates that learning space and that environment in the house for your child. They have their space and you also have your own space in the house as well. Balance is extremely important to keep in mind. Ask for support. Ask for help. At any time you don't understand something, we believe in making sure that everything is accessible and we want to make sure that we're able to provide whatever your family needs. We are reminding all of you to reach out for help at any time if you need it. And how you can stay connected. I know that's really important to have that interaction. We don't want you to feel like you are alone. We are in this together. Now, what this webinar is about, first, before we get into that topic, let's breathe together. Take a deep breath in and exhale. You're not alone. We're all in this together. Every morning, we really should take a deep breath every single day before we start our day. and know that this is fine. It's a new day, it's a new beginning, a new experience. It definitely provides a new outlook. Things will be moving forward. It's important to remember to breathe, inhale, exhale every morning. Go for a walk. Maybe watch the sunrise or the sunset. We all might be able to connect with this particular concept of staying positive, turning negativity into positivity. While things like this are happening in our world, sometimes we really need to set aside all of that information and focus on our kids at home and what's best for our kids, what we want our children to do, and what we want them to succeed. They do look up to their parents and the parents' behavior and what the parents have to say and discussions that are happening in their environment. They do receive that information. It's our responsibility as adults and as parents to be aware that our children are watching, especially during this time when we are all home together, more than ever before. Now, some examples of changing negativity into positivity. Do the reverse. Like, for example, if you do some celebrations, they might be receiving a lot of praise during class, and now they're not getting that in the home environment. Sometimes it's hard for parents to praise every time. It's tough. Maybe instead, once they are done with their day, then, hey, let's go get ice cream. Let's make a special dessert. Let's go out to get some fast food. Have some type of incentive, a reward within the household. That way, they feel valued. They feel valued and they know that school is important. Often, our students do complain that there is no social interaction. They miss their friends, and it's okay. Just remind them, you're lucky that you can stay home and maybe not go to school. At least you have a video phone, you have FaceTime to be able to connect with your friends. We're going to make the best out of the situation. There was no first day of school experience. I know, I get that, but they kind of get to sleep in a little bit at home. So changing that into a positive thing. You are now part of history. Let your kids know they're part of a historical moment because all of the schools have been closed. Have that open dialogue. Some kids might feel like they're just sitting on the couch doing their class. Say, hey, want to do like a desk, an office setup, and include them in that discussion on what they want, what they visualize their classroom workspace to be, especially in the home environment. Include them in that discussion to make that environment for them. Often, we don't have any idea as parents on how to teach our kids, and maybe our kids will see us as stressed and not have the time to teach them. Remind yourselves and remind your kids that we do have class one-on-one support if necessary. We do have office hours for the teachers, and we can definitely talk to the teacher at any time. Any frustrations you may have, it's okay. We are not alone. The teachers might also have the same concerns, so it's nice to reach out and make that connection if possible. Help us empower each other to ask for help. This year, our school's theme is positivity. This is a first experience ever for us as parents and for our children to even understand and comprehend how difficult it is. I get it. But let's make the best out of this. Let's be as positive as we can moving forward. Hi, my name is Jessica Valencia-Biskupiak, and I am one of your presenters for students and families. Children's feelings are very important. Make sure you recognize and validate what your student is feeling and discuss it. For example, some days they might feel happy, they might feel sad, they might feel angry or frustrated. If you see these colors here on this chart, have those discussions. Are you upset? What is it that you would like to do? Say, hey, I want to get out. That might be your child's answer. Hey, go for a walk. Go for a car ride. Maybe play with some Legos. Find a good safe space that they can kind of relax and just maybe read a book or draw. Whatever their preferred activity is. Have more of a discussion with them and let them know that they are not alone. Many people around the world are feeling the same way. They're frustrated and can't go anywhere. They don't feel safe. The unknown is out there. So make sure you interact with your child and validate their feelings, that it's okay and that it's normal to feel that way. Also, recognize your own feelings. Maybe share with them, hey, I don't feel very relaxed myself. I'm feeling frustrated just like you. I miss seeing my friends. I miss going to the beach. That way maybe your child realizes they are not alone, that you feel the same things. Routines are very important for children as well, especially for younger children. It helps them have that sense of normalcy and that routine. They know what's going to happen next. Maybe provide a schedule. Does it have to be exactly the same? No. Each family has a different schedule. You can be in control of that and what best fits your family. Maybe first thing in the morning, get up, shower, change your clothes, have breakfast. That way you have the energy to be ready for your Zoom school. Maybe have a list of passwords and Zoom ID numbers present for them, whether it's a PowerPoint or what type of activities you'll need for that day, what supplies you would need. That way your student knows. That way they don't have to ask and feel stressed asking for information halfway through the class. Maybe create a schedule for the afternoon. Maybe have some transition times. Make sure the student has ability to have space. That way the student feels comfortable and is ready to learn. Having the TV on might be a bit distracting. Maybe find a corner that they can really focus and be more alert and be ready to learn. I know it's not easy. Everyone has different homes, whether the space be small or large. Just best find what best fits your needs, and that way all of your kids can be in school. Some Zoom etiquette for families. Routines are very important for children and for families. It helps them have that sense of normalcy and routine, and they know what's going to happen next. Maybe create a schedule. Does it have to be the same as everyone else's? No. Each family has their own schedule. You're in control of what best fits your family. First thing in the morning, wake up, get dressed, shower, have breakfast. That way you have the energy you need to be ready for school. Have a list of passwords available and Zoom ID, meeting and password information, what type of information and the supplies that you will need for that day. That way the child knows what is needed instead of being stressed and asking for that information halfway through the class. Another idea is to create a schedule for the afternoon. Having some transition time, making sure that the child is transitioned correctly, having a space that the child is ready to learn. For example, if the TV is on, it might be a bit distracting. Perhaps find a corner, that way they can be a little more alert and focused and ready to learn. I know it's not easy. We all don't have the answers, and it's not all cookie cutter. Some people have larger spaces or smaller spaces. Find what best fits your child. Every child is different. Another cool idea is at dinner, maybe have a discussion, engage them and ask them questions. How are you? How was your day? What did you read? Ask your child some information. That way it lets your child know that you really care, that you're engaged with their life. I know it's a very strange time we're experiencing, but that way you have that constant interaction with your child. It's not easy. I get it. Maybe take a car ride to get out of the house. Just drive and have a discussion of what you see. There's also that language exposure happening. Another idea would be for your bedtime routine. Maybe read a book, read a story, and when you're done, you can tell your child good night, do your regular good night routine. Set an alarm, have a big schedule on the board. You can go to 99-cent store and get like a piece of cardboard, or you can, get like a whiteboard that has the days of the week and what their schedule would look like. Zoom etiquette for families. This doesn't necessarily apply to everyone, but this is just some ideas on what helps your child to be more focused. Some ideas on what you can do with your child. Maybe shift them into a little bit of a different space. Eating while watching Zoom, maybe laying on the floor wouldn't necessarily be the most appropriate. How you can modify these things to best fit your child. Some children this works well with, some children don't. Take a look at these videos and see what would best work for your child and what might work better for you. Hello, my my name is Jaclyn. I teach our parent-infant program. I'd like to discuss a little bit about supports and resources for families. It's definitely a challenging time to be working at home and also providing e-learning for your children. Some children might have to share devices for their e-learning opportunities. It's tough for families to prepare for what's unknown. There are areas that you can control and things that you cannot, that you would need to let go. E-learning and work, that's something that families can discuss with their children. Which one is their space? You have them maybe decorate their own space, have their tools and their reminders. That way it's a little more effective for their learning experience. I know there's a plethora of news information and news outlets that could be positive or negative. It would be up to you as a parent to decide what information you want your child to receive. That's something that you can control. Have creative ways to be involved in the community. Maybe participate in some social media groups that are community-based. Find different ways to interact without the need to be there in person. I know there's a lot of places that are closed right now, including schools. The state has decided learning at home or hybrid or full in-class instruction is necessary. Those things are things that we need to let go of. It's not a decision that we have. E-learning, there are some expectations. Now what you can do is you can sit with your child and go through the iPad and help them navigate where they need to go, to find where their assignments are. Maybe possible communication from the teacher is happening. If you need support or need some assistance, you can reach out to your child's teacher. You can also reach out to our social worker or any one of our counselors. We do have a family education program that is run by Jenni Kysella. You can reach out to her at any time. Check in with your child periodically, just to make sure that they don't have a distracting environment if the TV is on or if they're playing games on the iPad. That way there's nothing available for them and they are ready to sit and learn. Resources to provide. If you go to CSDR's website, under Family Education Resources, there are several links there that have a lot of information. If you take a look here, there's different fingernail family resources that you can click on any one of those to provide a video. If you need more guidance and more support, you're welcome to contact Jenni Kysella, the Family Education Coordinator, with her phone number and email right here on the screen. Now, if you're unsure of what's going on with the school's opening or closure, go to the CSDR website. That's right there on the front page. You can click and get more resources. I hope everyone enjoyed viewing our webinar today. This is the first of a series. I will see you again in a couple of weeks for a follow-up discussion and a question and answer session with all of us on that third Friday of the month, so it'll be September 14th. Please make sure you RSVP with me so that way I can send you the Zoom link that you'll need to join us for that follow-up discussion on this topic for the webinar. Our next webinar will be October 2nd, that first Friday. It'll be presented by one of our school counselors, Jane Kim. She'll be discussing how COVID-19 has impacted our lives and how it will moving forward. Thank you so much for watching and joining us, and until next time.